hardly exist in this world. That is something that is battled against every direction you go. Every direction you go. Love is the concept of love. Let's just say that. Love is acceptance. But the concept of love doesn't even exist here. I mean, there's a fake concept of it, but there's nobody loving anyone because they don't accept other people, because they've been brainwashed by a certain image to only love that image. That image is the only thing you can accept. You can't even accept your fucking self. And I'm guilty of that. So anyway, the human condition is that you want love, you want acceptance, and you want to be part of a group. Okay? You will do anything for that, consciously and subconsciously. You want to be part of a group. And without your culture and traditions, you're going to gravitate toward any fucking thing that gives you acceptance or being part of a group. So that's why you got bikers, hardcore bikers. You got punk rockers. That America is an experiment, and that's what Bobby Hemmit said. It's an experiment. So they gave people the illusion of freedom, and they mixed all the people together. They probably had to do that. They had to do that in order to break you up. And I'm saying that as a revelation right now. They had to do that to break your ass up. Because if they let you stay in your little tribe, you would still have some knowledge today. So they had to mix a whole bunch of other fuckers up in there and mix you up as much as possible, so that you would never know anything about yourself, traditions, knowledge, culture, ancestry, magic, etc. You can't even trace yourself back more than 2 generations. So anyway, as I was saying, the part of the control is knowing the psychology, the psyche of the real human being. Love, acceptance, and being part of a group. You're going to do anything to be a part of a group. And also you're going to follow. Your brain is a mirror. Whatever you see, you're going to follow it. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. Unless you fight against it. But because your brain is like a sponge, when you see other people doing things, you want to do it too. In general. That is why people start copying the ridiculous, okay? They want to get plastic surgery. Even I. Including me. But you know what? And I have had plastic surgery. Not much. But you know what? I never noticed it before. I never looked at myself. Fortunately, as a kid, I was in some fantasy island fucking world, I have a lot of defects. I never had anybody tease me about it. I never had anybody tease me about my skin color. One stupid girl in high school teased me about my hair, but she was egged on by some other bitch. But pretty much I've always been accepted. You know that? Always. Exactly how I am. But one day some motherfucking Jew fucker said something to me, but then years and years later, it got to me. Like, I decided, maybe my nose is too big. I never thought of it before. I never looked at myself as anything wrong. So, I looked at my nose. I was like, I got a wide nose. My nose is pretty wide. But I never thought of that before. Anyway, I'm just telling you something true. I'm telling you a real deal. And I'm bearing witness to the concept that I'm telling you. Love, acceptance, and part of a group is how you are designed. That is why you follow the fuckery that's on TV. Eventually, even if you don't do it right away, eventually, because you want that acceptance, you do it. And black people are, unfortunately, the most psychologically damaged worldwide, that they will do anything to be accepted. So that's why we're at the point of, fake hair and all this stuff. And, we're not going to get into that. But you know what? I am going to get into it. I'm sorry, but look, fake hair is okay. Fake hair is okay if it looks like your own hair. That's all I have to say. Or you are a celebrity and you're wearing you're playing the role of a character. Or you're going to a special event. But to wear it every day is unless you have alopecia, unless you're a senior lady, to wear it every day is not only a detriment to the health of your scalp, it looks bad. The world sees that you feel ashamed of your own hair, although people want to deny that. They want to deny that. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Cosmically, this shit doesn't fucking matter. And I'm at the point where, I had plastic surgery. So, what I see to balance that out is that people are going to do whatever to be accepted. And that's the bottom line. If a weave makes them feel accepted, they're going to do it. Now, for me, I never wore a weave. And like I said, I'm talking a lot, but even braids, my hair won't even keep a fucking braid in there. My hair is so thin and fragile. If my stepmother would have let me keep it natural all my life, I could have a pretty hair right now. My hair is pretty, it's just short. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot of moisturizing products to keep it looking soft. Looking tame, let's say that, looking tame. But what can I say? I'm going to stop in the talking now. Just the last thing that I'm jumping to, the last topic, it happens to be hair. But the thing is that the world is at such a powerful level of hate that the hate, black people hate themselves. They don't want to admit that. I'm not at the point of hating myself. I don't hate myself because I'm too smart to hate myself. I've never hated myself. I should, but luckily I didn't get outside experiences at a young age to hate myself. You know, I don't hate myself. Like my hair, right? I mean, I know who I am, so I wouldn't want to change that. However, if I was younger and I learned about this kind of things, I probably would do it. Why? For acceptance. Why? For advantage. Why? Because the whole world is brainwashed. Why? Because you want to be a part of a certain level of society. I'm not talking about a rich level. I'm talking about the so-called married level or something like that. So what are people conditioned to do for marriage? They only look at the outward appearance. What are they told by the media? Light or white is the only acceptance. That is what they're told by the media. Now, if I was younger, because I'm a lot older than what you think, I probably would be dumb enough to try to bleach my skin. If I wanted to get accepted by a man. But luckily for me, at a very young age, I never wanted to be married, and I knew that men, it would be hard to find a good man. And although my parents demonstrated a traditional marriage of no problems, you know, an old-fashioned marriage, I did not seek that because my inner spirit knew that is not something that is the right thing for me to do in this lifetime. Yeah, it's not the right thing for me to do in this lifetime. And people are so degenerate that, you know, I wouldn't be able to find somebody that is on my level. You know, I would have gotten destroyed. And I've already been destroyed by somebody. Just knowing them destroyed me. So I will fearlessly face the end of my life alone. But the thing is, I'm awake. That's the only thing that matters. I'm awake. I am 1,000%. You know? I'm 1,000. So, I have spoken for more than an hour. And I have said things that are personal. But in all of this talk, I hope that your spirit has been energized. And I wish for you increased consciousness. And I encourage and advise you to declare your consciousness, declare your power, say what you mean, say what you want. And make announcements to the universe against any enemy. Any enemy, make announcements, because I am doing that and it's working. You know, somebody tried to tell me that something was bad luck. I said, they asked me if, oh, did you get this money yet, or something stupid. Oh, it's bad luck. No, I think I told them about the internet being out. The internet wasn't working. And they tried to say it was bad luck. And I told them, Do not make statements of anything being bad luck. You know what happened to that person the next day? They got a flat tire. And you know what I have declared? What I had declared previously? Any beast that comes against me, let their energy get directed back to them. And I'm going to tell you, you think that's a joke? You think that's some little small thing? You think that's a coincidence? What I'm telling you is that it's not a fucking coincidence. It's one step, one level of your power. That demonstrated to me my power, and I have been asking the universe to increase my power. I accept the power that I am due. I am awakening to the power that I have. And I encourage you, as I finally make my, bring this talk to a close forcefully, I encourage you to do the same thing. Talk out loud to yourself. Declare things for yourself. Announce curses, protection, and anger toward any fucker that wants to come against you. Any fucker. Just make the announcement. Just say. And the beast uses every word and power that he knows is part of the secret of you. So when you have those fucking judges wearing black robes, you think it's a joke. It's not. Why is it not a joke? They know the magic. They have written the laws. They have hidden the laws. They have everybody in agreement with the laws. Even if you don't understand the symbology of the laws. So as long as you agree, it's like letting the vampire in your house. If you voluntarily let him in, then you have let his power in. Now, by default of the matrix, we all have let in the power of this beast in our lives. Because we don't know any better, and because we're just in this big system of fuckery, of total slavery and exploitation. So, going back to the judge is wearing black. The judge is a, quote, judge. But he knows, or the elite people above him that have put him in that position, they know that you are the ultimate judges of them. But while they have you in the matrix, symbolically, using symbology, using rituals, using trickery, using the English language, which is a fucking spell, they bind you. And when this the only way you could go against it is by denying their power and don't agree to any fucking thing they say. Not even the name that they say. Are you so and so? Say no, I'm not so and so. I am the. And you know what? I don't want to. If I ever met the police, I really don't want them to know that I know the beast that they are. I will try to be silent as much as possible, because all they're going to do is entrap you. But anyway, let me get back to the point of explaining the judge. The judge is wearing black to symbolize you. You are the judges. In the end of all of this fuckery, And I'm sorry, there's no other word for it. We are living in complete insanity. But you are the judge. You're the ultimate judge. But what have they done? They are pretending, and they are mimicking, and they are usurping. And I do want to say usurp, okay? You can say usurp. It's usurp. Your identity, your spiritual identity. And because they have the systematic rituals in place, and because they have the world under control by paper and documents and IDs and contracts, that shit works. Because you're complicit in the ritual. So therefore, they can pretend to be the ultimate judge. And they will say, by the powers invested in me, you are sentenced to 9 years in prison. Whose power? Plus, you know what is another ritual? That you swear on that fucking lie of a Bible, which is their creation. So all of it's a ritual. So you are agreeing unknowingly. You are agreeing to the fabricated lies of this reality that they have created for you. You're agreeing to that. And to the God of this world, which is the white Jesus. And whiteness and white supremacy. That's what that Bible means. So you put your hand on that, and you're agreeing to that unknowingly. And then this fucker, acting as a judge, banishes you, destroys your life, and feeds off the energy of your destruction. Put a period on that. What I am saying is naturally coming out of my mouth. It is not scripted. I don't mean to talk this long, but it just keeps coming out. And I think you can tell the level that I'm at. And I just try to share some things with you so you can see through the matrix. And the only solution for that, is that you let this run its course. You know, you're not going to be able to stop the world, okay? Like you're not going to be able to stop the processes that are happening. On the physical level, you're not. However, on the cosmic level, you are. What you can do by declaring yourself as God, cursing your enemies, and acknowledging that the ancestors are regenerating you and rebooting your knowledge, what you will do is speed up the process of the destruction of this world. And that is what Bobby Hemmit has also said. He said, humanity is the enemy. Humanity, because it's insane. We live in, Bobby says civilized barbarianism, but this is actually uncivilized barbarianism. But, you know, it's what he said is correct. He's saying it kind of as a, what do you call it? As a, kind of like a joke. Civilized barbarianism. It's a oxymoron, okay? So, you know, I know that. I know we're living in civilized barbarianism. And the thing that is really riveting, and I'm trying to use some different kinds of words, The thing that is riveting is that people are blind. They are captivated and encapsulated in the cocoon, no, in the casket of being bound by slavery and exploitation and money. And anything outside of that to them is the fucking enemy. When you don't have money, which I don't, by the way, you become the enemy of society. You're not even human anymore. When you don't have a job, you become the enemy of the world. It's very interesting. Everybody turns on you when you don't have money. Everybody looks down on you. They pity you. They devalue you. And they can't think of anything of when you did have money. Money is the identity of your being in the matrix. And when you aren't in the matrix, you're not working, people get angry at you for not working. You're living a free life, You are getting your needs met without working. They get fucking angry at you. They won't let you be. And rich people, they don't fucking work. But they look down on you for not working. Your total identity, your total existence, recognized by other zombies, is based on fucking money. And money is something that people think is a limited thing when it's not. And I know that I'm talking on and on and on and on and on, but I feel led, it's coming out, okay? Maybe somebody will wake up because of this. Money is the biggest illusion on the planet. And only zombie, brain petrified, spiritually petrified, and petrified means that the petrified that I'm using is when you become stone. That's a petrification. You become stone. And I said, when you become spiritually petrified, that means your spirit is dead, and the only information that you can accept is from the matrix. And also you can't even accept common sense. Because, they have programmed you with an energy. Like, there's a... Now this, I'm just making it up, but it's probably true. It's an ego. Your ego is the enemy. Because the ego... This is not made up. This is truth coming out, okay? Based on... what do they call it? They call it New Age thinking, but it's not New Age thinking. It's part of how the matrix is working. You have an energy in you that is created from the matrix, and that's your ego. It's a false identity of yourself. And again, these are words I've never said before, but something is triggering in me to say it, because I am relating what I'm talking about to what I learned from Eckhart Tolle, which is somebody you guys should really look up, because that guy woke me up, literally. And I believe he comes from a black person. His ancestry is black. His ancestry is black. Just like Abraham Hicks, her ancestry is black. So anyway, I'm going to tell you that Eckhart Tolle is responsible for my first level of awakening. And when I say the first level of awakening, I mean that in an instant, I was able to separate my ego from my spirit. And I am pausing for a minute for you to think about that. Something else he uses is the word pain body. Okay, and that is the accumulation of any pain that you've had. Okay, and that energy is still around you. And that is an enemy. And when you can confront your own self and observe your own self and observe your mind jumping around and making excuses for shit, like just everyday stuff, like your mind always wants to jump to something else because that's how you're programmed to do. It's like you can never settle with yourself. You want to look at a book, but then you want to look at a movie. You want to look at the movie, but you want to look at a magazine. You want to look at a magazine, but you say, "Oh, I want to cook a pizza." That kind of thing is partly the ego. It doesn't want to confront the moment. Okay? It doesn't want to confront the moment, and it always wants to be engaged in something, some activity, some distraction, so that you don't find your spirit. But once you can snap out of that, once you can observe your own mind, you have reached a level of enlightenment. And that's what happened with me. When I started listening to him, it didn't take that long, because he just spoke about the process. He just explained the ego and your real self. And I got it. And all of a sudden, I was observing myself. I was literally observing my own mind. And then you question your own mind. And you realize, hey, I'm not going to react to this. Oh, I am reacting to this. Okay. Oh, my mind does want to flip and change. Oh, I don't want to answer the question. So anyway, I will leave you with that. Research Eckhart Tolle. I have to give him credit. You know what? I used to have their pictures up in my room in the U.S. I had them in a frame. The three gurus that... No, I only had two. No, maybe I did have three. I don't remember. But I had printed it out on paper, okay, colored paper, to have their energy with me. I had Eckhart Tolle, Abraham Hicks, and Bobby Hemmit. Those are the three. And then I had Nityananda. He was the first one that started me to understand a little bit. You know, they're hiding the truth. They're never telling you that the black man is the original. They're not telling you the black man is the God. They are still, they're still in their caste system. They're still in their scamming people for money. You know, they're still keeping their black indigenous people down. And they're never talking about any reality of brutality or abuse or the British or any kind of fuckery from the beast. Eckhart Tolle does the same thing. They all are gatekeepers. However, well, except for Bobby Hemmit. But however, Eckhart Tolle touched my inner spirit, and he is the spark that woke me up on the first level. I mean, literally woke me up. Literally, I was a new person from listening to him. I was a new person. I was an observer of my own spirit. I realized my own spirit, you know? So I'm not going to keep going on and on and on, even though I do kind of like sharing these things. But Bobby Hemmit is the one that put it all together and connected it to black people. Because even in my mind, I was like, well, Oprah keeps talking about enlightenment, but what the fuck about what the fuck about the beast that is, you know, controlling the world and brutalizing people? I mean, why are we never talking about that? Now, that's another thing that gets black people off track. Talking about the beast. Yes, we're going to talk about the beast. But what else do I want to tell you? Know you're a god. Say that you're a god. Act like you're a god. Speak like you're a god. Declare things in the universe. And declare it. And put a, what do we call? Add a little power behind it. Add emphasis. Add emphasis when you're speaking. And you know what? Point blank, say in the name of my ancestors, because that covers every energetic principle in the universe. Because all of those principles of energy personified are in you and in your makeup and in your being and in your DNA and in your lineage and in your bloodline as the original person of the earth. Beyond that, so whatever you say, okay, I'm giving you tangible things now. Always say in the name of my ancestors, but you better believe it. You got to believe this shit. You got to know it in your subconscious mind, and I do. And I dare to say it in the face of other people. I had this one fucker try to rip me off. Oh, he did rip me off. Okay? He shorted me by $20 or something. Okay? And I said something, I forgot what I said to him, but I said, in the name of my ancestors, if you have done me wrong, blah, 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 blah. Now, if I check again, I have not seen that guy at the shop anymore. I don't see him at the shop anymore. And when I talk to stupid motherfuckers, when I talk to somebody trying to disrespect me on the street, or think that they're going to talk to me like any old thing, or give me less service, I might not say something right then and there. I just give them time to fuck up, you know. I give them time to show their bad behavior, their bad manners. And then when I have to go back over there and correct them, I say, you know what? In the name of my ancestors, blah, 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 blah. You don't know who you're dealing with, and you better blah, 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 blah. You better give me my money back. You better deliver this stuff that you're supposed to deliver. Whatever. And when I talk to a stupid person, which is most people, and when I say stupid, I'm talking about these, they act like a fucking caveman on about very minor things. They try to question me like I'm lower than them, or I don't know how to do something. Or they just, like, if you start talking truth to people, their ego mind will go around it. They never want to face truth. It's like your energies, your energies don't line up. So then when I have to deal with stupid people, then I also declare in the name of my ancestors, blah, 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 blah. Or if I have to talk about somebody else that has done me wrong, then I will say, in the name of my ancestors, that person is cursed. So what am I telling you? Say the same thing. That's how simple it is. Because when you say in the name of my ancestors, and the power, and you can say in the power invested in me in the name of my ancestors, boom. You've just pulled out a sword, buddy. You have just pulled out a sword. But you gotta know it from the subconscious heart level. Can't say shit you don't mean, because you know what's true for you. Now, if you are a karate black belt, you know that, and you are walking in that power. So when you accept this information and internalize it, and you take credit and you acknowledge when something goes right, don't let anything be a coincidence. When something goes right, you say thank you, ancestors, because you did it. You did it. You are the conduit for their energy on the material plane, because they're not in the material plane. That's all this is. So, I'm on an hour and 30 minutes now. That's a lot. And only a high level conscious person is going to listen to all of this. Anybody else are just going to fade out and not listen. They're not going to listen to part 2 or part 3. But that's okay. I don't want to lose people, but this is just a random talk. Okay? A random talk. And it's whoever's on the frequency to get it, they can get it. And one day, there won't be videos made anymore, suddenly, for whatever reason. So, again, we wish for you increased consciousness, and we declare that you apply the wisdom of the ancients that is said in this video. Because when you wake up, the ancestors are ready to do your bidding, and they're also ready to bring this matrix to an end. That's the only goal. And COVID should tell you that. I mean, if you're dense enough to, number one, believe in COVID, number two, believe that it has nothing to do with you, then you are more than a zombie. And that zombie thing is pretty funny too, because all they're doing is laughing at people. You know, it's all they're doing is laughing at people. They know the magic, and I can't say that enough. That's the word that you seem to understand, which is nothing but the laws of magnetism and symbology and alchemy and mentalism. So, you know, when I see these movies, I'm like, God dang, man. They got us fucked. I mean, people are looking at this and they think it's just a fucking movie. And they're using all the names of the deities that have power, that are like established since time and memorial. I mean, there's just certain names that have always been. The name of Osiris has always been. The name of Isis has always been. The name of Horus has always been. And that is evidenced by the pyramids, the central global center of the world when it was in a state of Mayat. I'm not saying it was perfect, but somebody else said that was the beginning of the end, when you start having those pharaohs. But anyway, look, whatever situation we're in right now, it's cyclical. It's a cycle. It had to be. It's just how the universe works. So it's been millions of years that you have been here, that you have known your God energy, that you have been a spiritual entity, and that you decide when you want to come down and incarnate to enjoy the Garden of Eden, Pangea. What are some other names for the earth? Gaia. You know, you came down. This is like a little Disneyland, you know? I mean, just think about the wonderment of the world. It's Alice in Wonderland. This place is Alice in Wonderland. Everything's alive. Everything's unique. Everything has power. And think about all of the awesome animals in the world. All of the beautiful, magnificent, majestic, supreme, dynamic, alchemaic animals that have a representation of your spirit, of your function. You know, that's how the Archaea Types of astrology is premised on. There's 12 Archaea Types. And I'm going to go ahead and run through it, and then I'm going to be quiet. You have January is the goat. February is the principle of water. Okay, I'm not going to say it's the water bearer. It's the principle of water, which can be air and liquid together. March is the fish, the ambivalent fish that can follow the crowd or be alone, you know. January, February, March. April is the ram, you know, that determined part of you. May is the bull, another determined part of you. But these principles, these animals also represent an aspect of your life. So the bull represents, you know, it has to do with money. And yeah, money mostly. A lot of it has to do with money. So you have the bull, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. June are the double self, which is the ego versus the spiritual self. July is Cancer, the crab, which is your jealous. It can be your level of jealousy versus your level of what your level of comfort or your beliefs about your home, you know, being home and being caring. How much of a Cancer are you? Because you have all of these energies in you. Then you have July, August, the Leo, the lion. The lion is prideful, but what that represents the sun, and it represents your outer personality. September is Virgo. That one really I can't explain very well right now. The Virgo is, well, it tends to have to do with trying to be perfect and keeping things in order. But I don't know the emotional aspect of the Virgo right now off the top of my head. October is Libra, which is the Archaea type for balance, justice, harmony. And harmony is love. And beauty. Beauty is art, right? Harmony relates directly to art, because art is a real artist knows how to create harmony, visual harmony. Okay, that's why you see something and it's likable, you know, it gives a certain energy. Excuse me. Because of harmony. Harmony of colors, harmony of shapes, harmony of design. And then you have Libra, October. November is a Scorpio, which is vengeance. Okay, I think there's a duality in each of these. So you have the vengeance side, and then supposedly Scorpios, they're very passionate. They have a loving side and a vengeance side. And the last one, December, that one, you know, I haven't internalized. I know about it, but like speaking about it in this way, because how I'm speaking about, I've never said these exact words before. I've studied these. I know them. But I'm trying to organize it in a duality kind of way. So the Virgo, the Scorpio has a vengeance side and a passionate side, which is a loving side. So that's the duality of the Scorpio. Okay. And the Scorpio is a mother figure. It's a water symbol. And they really take care of their loved ones. You look at that Scorpio, she carries the little babies on her back. Okay, she's a very loving mother. But at the same time, she has that, she has a very vengeful side. So I guess we all have something in us that is and I don't want to say antagonist, but it is the defense mechanism in us that we need to bring out. You know, we need to, black people have just, they are so fucking passive. You know, they just let everything go too much. Oh, so anyway, the last guy, December, is a Sagittarius, and he likes freedom. Okay. Freedom, adventure. But at the same time, they're impatient. Now, when you like freedom and adventure, you like to go. When you're ready to go, you go. So the duality of that I'm trying to reason right now, and that's part of their characteristic, is impatience. So what you have to do as a person is to, what monks mistakenly, well, monks don't teach you anything. All of these fucking gatekeepers don't teach you anything but superficial bullshit. They never tell you, you have the magic, you have the power, you are the samurai, you are the ninja, you are the Buddha, you are the God, you are the angel, you are the hero, you are the Heru, you are the dragon, you are the master. They never tell you that shit. Well, let me take that back. If you're doing kung fu, they will, only in a mythological way, they will tell you, like in stories, they will tell you, as a movie or something, in the end, they will tell you, oh, the student was the master. But in reality, these motherfuckers are not telling you, you are the master. You are the fucking Bruce Lee. You can be Bruce Lee. Nobody wants to bring you to the highest level of your godhood. Nobody. They're all fucking gatekeepers, making you follow somebody else. Never follow yourself. Never declare yourself as a master. And we're not talking about in the ego sense. We're talking about your potential to be a master, and you say that you are because you know your divine essence. And when you know that for yourself, your spirit is going to come up levels in your chakra and say, yes, I am the fucking master. Thank God this person woke me up, and I can be in commiserate. I can commiserate. Let me look that up. With that outside person. And your spirit, I'm using this I'm using this as your spirit talking to yourself. So when your mental self, and that's how I'm going to explain it, when your mental self decides, I am supreme, your inner self says, thank God this motherfucker woke up. Now, let me climb the ladder. I will show this person that he is supreme. He is the master. He is the Jedi. He is everything. Oh, Lord. All right, so anyway, Yeah, I said freedom and patience. Freedom and patience. And I'm saying impatience. Impatient. I am. So that's the duality of the Sagittarius. They like freedom. They like adventure. They're very open. They're very fearless. However, when you want freedom, you want it right now. When you want to do something, you do it right now. So the antithesis of that is being impatient. And that tends to be their flaw. Now, when I speak to you, I encourage myself. I encourage myself. And I really need to encourage myself. Because I am living like Bobby Hemmit is living. Day to day, people. Day to day. Having fucked up family members. That, feel like, they don't have to help anybody. Even though I am the sole proprietor. And I'm going to look up that word because I'm using it descriptively. I know what proprietor is. But I'm using it descriptively. Yeah. I am the sole proprietor of the loins of my father. He only has one bloodline. One offspring. And this person, this zombie person, this matrix zombie, petrified, spiritually petrified person sees me as an enemy for a lack of money or asking for help or in calculating money. So anyway, I'm not going to get into that. That could be, I would take 3 hours, maybe even 5 hours to talk about. And as many times as I've said that I'm going to bring this to a close, I'm going to bring this to a close now. And this, I don't know if people have the patience to listen to this, but I'm going to just upload this in its entirety. Because I know if I broke this up, they're not going to listen to part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. They're not. Because it's personal. So, what I say to you, I say to myself. This is a pep talk to myself. And, I have said some things that I am proud of. And I'm going to write it down. I am the Buddha. I am the Master. I am the Jedi. I am Darth Vader. You know what Darth Vader is? It's the word Darth is in ancient text. And it means the black dot. I learned that from Bobby Hemmit. And on that note, I think I give all thanks to Bobby Hemmit, wherever he is. I know that he is at his God level self, and he is also laying low, keeping a low profile, and maybe physically he's not at his the strength that he used to be, but spiritually he's at a zenith level. But the beast, has a way of killing the messiahs, which we all are messiahs. Don't, break that mythology that there's only one Messiah. No. And I got this from the channel Fame vs. Sacrifice. She said, we're all a Messiah. But you know what I noticed about Fame vs. Sacrifice, that channel? Please look it up. She used to talk, there might be a little bit of fuckery going on with her channel. She used to talk about power, your power, using your power, and talking about the ancestors. Now, she talks about events. She's only talking about events. And she's only commensurating on what we already know. And people like to be yes men. They like to be yes men. They like to, because we like comfort, we like to hear comforting stories. However, we're in such a season that you need to get out of comfort and you need to be saying something new and different, But as I said, she used to be talking about the power of the ancestors. And there's a shift in what she says now. To me, there's a shift. There's a slight shift. It's like she's not talking about empowering you. It's more like just reporting stuff, Like she has a video on the Texas snowstorm, which is, man-made, okay? That tragedy is man-made. All right, let's say for the sake of people that don't have the knowledge to realize the power that the beast has to influence the weather. Let's say that we're not talking about the snow, but definitely the electrical grid system, they control that. So the fact that they turned it off and they claim that, oh, it just went out. Well, they control that shit. So anyway, she's doing more reporting than telling you. Get to your God self. Declare from your ancestors. She's still doing a little bit of and I can't blame her too much because people need money, but she's still doing a little bit consulting people, instead of telling them, look, I mean, you know what? I'm not going to blame her. She is doing reporting. She's doing less telling people that you are the one, you are Neo, okay? You are Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. You are the Oracle. She's doing less of that, but because people are at such a low level of awakening, they still think they need help. So yeah, they will say, oh, can you make a ritual for me? Oh, can you consult me on this? Oh, this happened. Can you tell me what's going to happen next? So I can't blame her for that because the people go to her, because they're not at the level to know. They don't realize still that they have the power. And even if you doubt yourself, just start speaking it. Speak your doubt. Say, I'm not sure what this lady's talking about. I never heard of Bobby Hemmit before. How am I a Buddha? Well, how can certain people be a beast? Even if you want to, you're that much on a zombie level that you're going to actually question who the beast is. If you don't know who the beast is, whoa, damn, they got you under big mind control. There's a fly. I have the window open and a fly is coming around. So excuse me for that. Even if in your doubt, speak your doubt. Speak your doubt out to the universe and just say, hey, I'm not sure, but I challenge you, universe, confirm this shit to me. I'm not sure. I don't know why I'm listening to this lady right now. I don't know how I came upon this. What about Jesus? Well, just say to yourself, I do have doubts. I doubt, because I've known about Jesus, since I was little. I've known about Jesus. Jesus is the way. My God, man, if you only knew that was a ritual. I can't even say it right now. I'm sorry. I can't even say it. All the cliches they tell you. Because it's so easy to program the mind, because the mind is a program. The mind is a program. You put something in there, it'll stay in there. So if somebody tells you, Jesus is the truth, the light, and the way. That's so funny. That is a ritual on your ass. It's a ritual on your ass, It's a ritual. I am watering my plants. But one thing about these plants, unfortunately, I guess I'm going to have to change something in this shit, because the way I did it, it's bringing up bugs. Little flea fuckers. But it's the way that I did it. Yeah, unfortunately. I have a layer in the bottom of rocks, and I'm gonna have to fix this. But I have one plant growing here. That's the problem. It's gonna die. Anyway, just ask yourself, if you have any doubt, just ask yourself. I don't know why I'm listening to this. Something brought me to this point. If this lady is, this lady's making any kind of sense, reveal it to me. Give me another sign. Help me understand. And that's it. That is it. But those on the frequency, just go higher. Go higher. You ask yourself, I do know this stuff. I know about Bobby Hemmit. I know he's saying truth. But let my energy get in automatic mode on an automation level, so that my words bring into fruition No, fuck the words. My thoughts. If you're on the Bobby Hemmit frequency, then this message is for you. This is the advice for you. This is the takeaway for you. You just ask the universe that your thoughts bring into fruition your desires. You don't even have to speak it. All you got to do is think it. Think it, even, because that is the secret. Because the universe is a reflection of you. Your thoughts will bring into fruition what you want. And we're not talking about in an instant, because you're just not at that level. However, in a week or 2 weeks, you're going to get what you want. At least that's what happens for me. In a week or 2 weeks, I get what I need. One of my plants not coming up. It's not living. Shit. So anyway, I have really just gone on and on and on and on and on. But it's to your benefit. It is to your benefit. And I took the time to talk. And these words are not in vain. You better believe that. They are not in vain. So, again and again and again, we thank Bobby Hemmit for being the Messiah of occult knowledge that is now spreading, even though it took 30 years. People, Bobby Hemmit's information is 30 years old, and we are only just now getting it. So, and only a very few are really internalizing it. They really got it. They're not like, there's only a few people that are like, they're not just hearing it and nodding their heads to it, and then forgetting about it. They are completely awake, and every day they are bound by their spirit. And I'm saying this in a positive way. They're bound by their spirit to acknowledge that occult information, to declare something positive that will help them survive this matrix, maneuver through this matrix, And when I say survive, it is what it is. I mean survive. I'm not going to apologize for that. You really need to get in tune with your higher self so that you can survive this matrix, because the zombies are getting slaughtered. And if you go down, at least you're going down fighting, and they're going to know who you are. They're going to know who you are, and they're going to know that you come back. And they're going to know that by your energy. And I am at a level of energy that the beast that I'm around now, it's hard for them to fake it's hard for them to be fake with me. You know, and it's hard for me to be fake with him too. Which means it's hard for me to be polite, you know? Because when they start saying some fuckery to me, I just go back at them with truth. When they try to question me about something, about my identity, or they try to say some fuckery about black people, I have to say something back to them that's truthful. So let me shut this off now.